Hi, welcome for our RTL online trainings. So in fusion applications, human capital management, we have the concept called HCM extracts. If we want to extract the data from Oracle Cloud HCM, then we will be using this HCM extract options. This HCM extract options we will be using without writing any queries. We are going to select the data from the database. We are going to select the data from the database. Okay. This feature is available only for human capital management. We don't find in financials. We don't find in supply chain management or any other domains. Only in human capital management we'll find. So there are several tools to export the data from the cloud environment. One is we can use Excel buttons. There are ADF Excel buttons. By clicking on that button, we can go for extract the data from database into the Excel sheets. We have OTBA analysis. By using OTBA analysis also, we will be able to extract the data from database. We can go for using subject areas in OTBA analysis, and then we can go for drag and drop the fields and get the data from database. That is another one. We can go for BI publisher, BI reports we have. So BI reports also is used to extract the data from database, BI publisher. And this is another one. What we are talking about, HCM extracts. We are talking about HCM extracts. So HCM extracts are used for extracting the data from Oracle Cloud environment. For Oracle Cloud environment into the Excel sheets. That's what we are going to use this. So these are different options. Now we are talking about what is HCM extracts and how it can be done. That's what we are going to talk about. Whenever we are going to execute an HCM extract, what happened? The system will pick the data from database and output file will be generated in XML format. So if you run the HCM extract, what will happen? The data will be extracted from the database tables and generated the output in XML format. Once the output file is generated in XML format, then you can go for using this XML file for any other purpose. When I say any other purpose, some clients will use this XML file reporting purpose in another reporting tool, in third-party reporting tool, or they can go for exchange the data into some other web applications. This XML file depends on the requirement. So if client wants to build some report in the cloud itself, then they can go for use BI Publisher, a reporting tool for building this output file. Whatever the BI Publisher is there, that we are going to have that output here. We are going to have this output here it is. Okay. So then once we have the data over here, output, we can use BI Publisher report or any third-party application for processing this XML input and generate the output in a desired format. Desired format that we are going to have it. Okay. So HCM extract has got a number of features. Sometimes in the interviews also they'll ask us, can you tell me the difference between the BI publisher and HCM extracts? So BI publisher is basically used to get the data from database by writing the custom SQL queries. Whereas it's CM extract, we don't need to write a queries. We have already queries, built-in queries defined by Oracle. We call it as user entities. Directly we can go for drag and drop. So drag and drop, we can perform that. Here it is. So we'll be able to extract the data from the database. It's a very simplified and desktop user interface. You can easily go for drag and drop. And if at all you want to have the output, you can go for integrate with BI Publisher for output delivery. You can go for drag and drop DBAs. DBAs are nothing but database items. columns. We call it as a columns. Okay. And depends on the requirement, you can define the parameters to filter the data. For example, I would like to extract the workers' data who are associated with so-and-so business unit, or so-and-so department, or so-and-so location, or so-and-so position. Then we can define input parameter. User will choose the parameter value. Based on that, data will be extracted and output will be generated. Okay. We can have high volume data extraction with multi-threaded processing. Multi-threaded means parallelly you can go for run this HCM extracts and generate the output in XML format. And the output will be in variety of format like PDF, CSV, electronic, EFT format, XML, and Excel sheet. Whatever the format is required, that we can generate here outputs. And then we will be having the delivery of output in various modes. Once we generate the output, then you can go for deliver this output in different modes, FTP, email, fax, etc. The major advantages of our HCM extract is changes on day. For example, client requirement is in last 3 months, I just wanted to know for how many employees manager has changed. I have 10,000 employees. Last 3 months, I wanted to know whose manager name has been changed. Maybe 300 people or 200 or 100 members might be there. I just need only that information. Or I wanted to know only the people whose data has been changed in last 3 months. Maybe manager or position or job location. It can be anything, but that record has been updated in last three months or last 1 month or last week. So like this, whatever the information has been updated in a particular duration recently, that we can go for extract from the database. So that we will be able to perform very easily when it comes for HCM extracts. It is HCM extracts over here. It is. Okay. So then we are going to have this. These are different options. These all are, we are going to have different options over here. Different features we'll find. Whenever we want to perform any HCM extract, if you want to develop any smaller, simple, or complex HCM extract, we are supposed to follow all these standard steps. First one is we have to define HCM extract. We have to define the HCM extract. So while defining a HCM extract, what we will specify? We'll specify the name of the HCM extract. HCM extract name will be specified. Once the HCM extract is specified, where we will be specifying the type of the extract, whether you are designing the HCM extract related for global HR or benefits or full archive, that type we are going to choose. After that, we'll define the input parameters. Different input parameters we are going to specify here for filtering the data from database tables. Once the extract name has been defined, then we will go for define root data group and components. Here we'll just mention the name and choose the type and choose the parameters. After that, we are going to define the root data group and components. Nothing but data group is nothing but selecting the data from database. Indirectly SQL queries. SQL queries is already defined by Oracle and they made it as user entities. We have to just choose those user entities and we have to choose the records and then go for attributes Now I'll just show you what is meant by record and what is meant by attribute. In the first page, we have discussed that we can export Excel button on ADF tables. We'll see this feature. It's very simple, right? Let's connect to the applications. Let's say go to my client groups and then you try to go to the person management. And this is used to search for employees data. I'm searching for the employees whose name is John. This is the employees data which we have. Okay. Now I want to export this result. Whatever the result we got, I just wanted to export here. So we will use this export to Excel button. Click on this export to Excel button. So the data will be exported into Excel sheet. Directly we can open this file. But we'll not be able to write any conditions or filtering the data. Whatever columns we got in the result page, that we are going to get it here. Let's open this Excel sheet here. Now I can find this output here. This is also one type of extract, exporting the data. Here, if we look at this entire uh, column, row, we call it as record. This is employee record. And this is attribute. Person number is one of the attribute. National ID is one of the attribute. Department is one of the attribute. Department is one of the attribute. Like this, we'll find location is one of the attribute. When you combine all these attributes, we call it as record. We call it as a record. Okay. So when we are working with HCM extract, we are supposed to specify what is the name of the record you want. We can give any record name. Criteria also we can specify. And then we will specify the attributes also. We'll specify the attributes also. Criteria is nothing but a where condition. Criteria means where condition we are going to specify here. Then we'll go for define other data groups and components. Whenever we are working with HCM extract, sometimes we would like to go for select multiple user entities. We wanted to get the data. We wanted to get the data from multiple user entities. In that scenario, we'll go for define multiple data groups and we'll go for define the primary parent key relation and we'll retrieve the data from multiple data groups. Means multiple user entities and directly multiple queries. There we will go for link to root data group. If there are multiple data groups are there, we'll specify what is parent and what is child and we'll go for link both the data groups. Then we'll go for generate and compile fast formulas. Fast formulas, we don't need to write in a HCM extract generally. It's internally, it's going to be generated. So whatever we are going to write fast formulas here, maybe for scheduling for or another purpose, it will be writing. But actually, this is internally fast formulas are going to be generated. Generate and compile fast formulas over here. Okay. Then generate XSD and create Word template. XSD is nothing but XML data file, XML schema definition. XML schema definition file is going to be generated. And a Word template we are going to prepare. We are going to prepare the Word template here. According to the Word template, output will be generated. This all system will automatically prepare this. And this import Word template. So some client says that I just need XSD file, that's enough. It means you have to develop an HCM extract which should generate the output in XML file. Okay, that's enough. Some client says that develop one HCM extract, generate the output in XSD file, and also generate the output in PDF by using BI Publisher. So you are supposed to use BI Publisher, which we will be using to take the input as XSD file and generate the output Word template. That's what we are going to specify. Once we create a BI report for our XML file, then we can choose the delivery options, whatever the output type and delivery mode, and then we'll go for run the extract flow and view the output file. That's what we are going to generate out. Here it is. This is what exactly we will be defining in here in HCM extract types. In HCM extract types. So HCM extracts are used to extract the data from database, generate the output in XML format. Depends on the requirement. This XML format can be generated as output in PDF or HTML file. That's what we are going to specify over here. It is. Okay. So the same steps I have written here, another flow chart. So the same previous sequence of steps I have written here. So first we'll define HCM extract definition, where we'll specify the name, status, and category. Then we'll define the parameters, where we are going to write the criteria, filtering criteria. Then we are going to define the data groups here. And then records, we are going to have the attributes, nothing but a columns here. And then we are going to have the records attributes, finally delivery options. One or more delivery options can be defined according to our requirement. So whenever we are working with HCM extract, the major part, when I say major part, important thing is identifying the user entity. When client says that extract this data from database, then you have to define which user entity. You have to understand which user entity is required, which user entity is required here. So that we have to find out. And that we have to know exactly the columns, whatever the columns you would like to go for extract. That this is completely seeded. Seeded in the sense provided by Oracle. It's a built-in feature. We don't need to write any code here and we can find. Let me show you that. Where do we find? So if we want to work with HCM extract, which role is required? Human capital management. Human capital management integration specialist. Human capital management integration specialist. That's the role is required. How to find those roles has been assigned for the current user or not? We have to go to this navigator. Go to navigator, my client groups, data exchange. This is for data loading, HCM data loader, HDL. This is for HCM spreadsheet data loader. We call it as HSDL, HCM spreadsheet data loader, HSDL. Then this is for HCM extracts, what we are talking about right now. And this is, of course, for payroll and other options here. And HCM extracts, as I said, user entities will be available here. View user entity details. We can find the user entity information here. So what is user entity? User entity is nothing but a logical query. Logical query that we are going to have. So when we are working with the HCM extract, the first thing what we have to know is we have to know the user entity information that we will be using to select the data from database. Okay. In the documentation, we are going to find out. The documentation, we are going to find out here what are the user entities are available. In the documentation, we are going to find out. Let me show you the important user entities which we use regularly. For every module, there will be a 4 to 5 user entities that we have to remember. And there will be a separate documentation provided by Oracle through support where we can find the user entities actual information here. User entities in HCM extract. For example, this user entity is the persons extract secured person user entity. if you are going to use this particular HCM user entity, what it will do, it will retrieve all person across the enterprise and all person related attributes. It's going to related the attributes information is going to be selected here. Okay. And employees information, this extract. Assignments information, this will be used. It retrieves assignment history. When I say assignment, job, position, grade, location, department, manager. So all this information, then it's going to be retrieved over here. It is. This is assignment basic information. Like, let me take this to get the information of an employee. And we can search here for the user entity. Click search button. Now this is our HCM extract user entity. It returns person's data as an effective date for each person type. So you want to know which query has written within this, we'll go for query here. Here we can find exactly Oracle has written in which query. This is another method also to find out the table names and the join conditions, nothing but primary foreign key relations for the HCM extract, like HCM tables. For example, for all people, if it is used to select employees data. This is person type usages, national identifiers information, and we'll find person ID and other details here. We are going to get person ID is the primary key in for all people if, and we wanted to get the information which has been changed, latest changes. That's what we wanted to have, and we would like to get the data between the effective date, start effective date and effective end date. That's what we wanted to get from database. Okay. So what are the extracts are using this user entity? So there might be already some extracts developed. In those extracts, this user entity might be used. This user entity might be used in those particular HCM extracts here. So in the query, we can find the column names which has been selected from the database here. Person number, primary email ID, and person type ID is there. National identification number. Okay, this all information has been specified here. Yeah. If we want to calculate the number of rows, how many rows are there? Nothing but a result. This does not have any data, zero records it is showing because you are supposed to pass some input values. Through HCM extract, we can pass the parameter and we'll be able to get that information. Okay. Right. So this is how to find the user entity. Once we find any user entity, let's say you would like to know the assignments information, employee assignments information. We are going to use this basic information. This is includes the history. Nothing but if there are any updates for the record, previous updates, we can get it. If I need just update basic of assignment information, I don't want to have any updates here. Then it will be used here. Go to user entities. The table name is Paral Assignments underscore M. That is the table name where I can get the information of the employee assignment, primary assignment, employee category, and legal entity name, department, and other information. We can get it here. I think current employee is not having these roles. That's might be the reason. No problem. When we are working with the HCM extract, when we are using this user entity, then we will be able to get those details. Okay. So this is about the basic information. What is HCM extract? And if at all we want to develop HCM extract, what are the sequence of steps we are supposed to follow? And what is meant by user entity? How we are going to work with the HCM extract? Which role is required to work with the user entity? Here, user entities, we have to be clear from the documentation. And there will be an explanation also for every user entity where we will be getting all the information about that user entity, how the data will be filtered, how the data will be selected from the database. So we can check the query also. Just now I have shown you, right? The data or whatever we are going to get from by using the user entity through that query, through this query only, where we cannot modify this query here. We cannot write even new query also. We can create new user entity, I think in the ADF personalization, but I'm not sure about that. In ADF personalization, we have there is a concept called user objects. Through that, I think we'll be able to create, but I'm not sure about that. Creating new user entities. Most of the times when we are working with HCM extract, we'll try to use built-in user entities. We are going to use built-in user entities over here. Okay, thank you.